So, Mass Effect dropped a new trailer yesterday on N7 Day as promised. The new Andromeda trailer, aside from it looking pretty, it doesn't really tell us much about the game other than humans, action, and aliens. In fact, most of the news for Mass Effect Andromeda seems to be coming from anywhere but the trailer, especially if you visit their Mass Effect website. And well, does this game look awesome? Yeah. Obviously that means the marketing department is doing their job. Though when you stop and think about it, this game already has a couple of issues with its narrative. When you go to the website, you'll see that the Andromeda Initiative, which is the basis of the game, launched sometime during the Mass Effect 2 game, which makes absolutely no sense. Why would humans in less than 30 years after discovering the Prothean cache on Mars suddenly participate in a program that's gonna take them out of the galaxy and go colonize the Andromeda galaxy when they've even barely explored any of the Milky Way galaxy? That makes no sense. Why would anyone invest in this program? Oh, is it because they're explorers? Yeah, that would make sense if you're actually interested in exploring other galaxies, but no, this is a full-scale colonization project. And if you go to the recruitment video, it mentions that they've examined golden planets from the Milky Way galaxy in the Andromeda galaxy, and that the trip will take 600 years to get there. So you're analyzing data from now, and in 600 years you'll hope that those golden planets will still be golden? That seems like a really big gamble. And that's not even touching upon the fact that since when does the galaxy even have that kind of technology to analyze the Andromeda galaxy from way far away, let alone build the ships that could survive such a voyage? And if they can analyze a galaxy from across dark space, why didn't they find the Reapers just lying in wait? Also, what's up with the 4 races? So you got Asari, Solarians, Turians, and humans, but then we also saw some Krogans in some previous trailer. Stragglers, I guess? So yeah, the premise of this game so far is not working for me. And that's also not touching upon some minor issues that I have with the trailer. And so one of the first actual gameplay trailers that we saw showed a female protagonist. BioWare stated that they wanted to balance out the gender representation in their marketing, as opposed to how it was in most of the Mass Effect series. Even though only one of the 4 trailers features this female character. Granted, one of those is technically not the protagonist, and yet is featured on the leaked box art cover. Yeah. Marketing team, good job. And from the scraps of information that I heard previous to this trailer and after watching this trailer, I kind of speculated that the female and male protagonists were actually going to be both in the game at the same time, similar to Fallout 4 having both the male and female protagonists be part of the game. I'm just hoping that this doesn't turn into a Bethany and Carver situation where some minute detail in your choice is gonna suddenly kill off the other one, or just isolate them out of the game completely somehow. I've read that's not going to be the case necessarily, but we'll see how they work that in. And honestly, I kind of like that idea, having both the male and female protagonists actually exist in the universe at the same time and be part of the story. Though, ultimately it's going to end up with the main character really being irrelevant. Or what I'm really fearing is that this is going to become a Chosen One story. Yeah, that didn't work out too well in Inquisition. Touching upon the marketing, let's look at the leaked art cover again. I'm having flashbacks to Irrational Games logic over the BioShock Infinite cover and the rationale behind it. And I'm not going to claim that the first Mass Effect's art cover is a work of art, but it's a lot more interesting than what came after. alien mysteries, people with guns, a guy over the earth with a hologram sword. Yeah, gotta appeal to those frat boy Call of Duty gamers, right? Actually, come to think of it, I'm surprised that Mass Effect 2's box art didn't feature Miranda's butt on it. At least BioWare isn't that shameless. Oh, so what's up with that sash? I mean, sure, it looks stylish. But what purpose does that serve on a spacesuit? Does that mean I can have a space kilt? And honestly, for all my bitching, I'm really looking forward to this game. And I'm hoping that this game is going to be good. From the Game Informer information, it's sounding like it's going to be a fun game. It's going to recapture some of that magic from the first game of exploring new worlds. Even if some of the details about the maps is making it sound a lot like Inquisition's maps. Yeah, I don't miss those random nobodies that run those camps. I'm also hoping they stick to their promise about leaving the trilogy behind and focusing on developing new characters. I definitely don't want to see 2.0 versions of Garrus or Liara or Rex. Yeah, sure, those characters are awesome, but it's time to move on. And develop new characters for us to pine over and draw Rule 34 fan art of. And no, I'm not impressed by that line about the character with the least amount of lines having more lines than the character with the most lines in Mass Effect 3. After finishing my third Garrus romance video, that's actually a feat that's easy to top, considering that most of the dialogue is repetitive for the characters and there's barely any dialogue for anyone. Geez, I hope they actually script their conversations this time instead of relying on that free-floating camera thing. I'm also speculating that this is going to be the start of a soft reboot of all their franchises. Given Inquisition's teaser ending, I really think that eventually that series is going to get some sort of massive world resetting reboot, which actually is kind of a good thing. Given that BioWare has done a poor job in incorporating player choice as advertised on the box in their stories, and that's another thing I'm hoping BioWare kind of shies away a bit, is having major choices, quote unquote, have an impact on the story. It's better if they just focus and just promise small changes to the story instead of promising these big world-changing choices that are gonna vastly branch out on different linear paths of the story. Yeah, no, BioWare, you failed with Mass Effect 3. It's over. Stick to small world-building choices and just guide us on a linear path with tons and tons of romance options. And honestly, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't try to get better at making branching stories with big choices. It's just that they should probably not promise if they can't deliver. So, am I looking forward to this game? Yeah, it's more Mass Effect, and it's definitely pushing itself away from Mass Effect 3, which is a good thing in my opinion. So I think it's actually a game worth looking forward to. Am I hyped for it? No. BioWare, you don't deserve getting my hype anymore. So am I just being a stick in the mud, kind of nitpicking the story already, and being cautiously optimistic? Probably.